three, check three, check three. Okay.
Check.
Kill.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Don't let them breathe, defense.
Back to throw. Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
All right. Let's go, D. Hey, let's get this.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Gun. Penetration.
58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike.
Ready to go.
Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Byron Pringle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Ready, blue 80. 25. 51, some.
Tight down. There you go.
Here's Ryan.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
51's the mic. 21. Base.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll make it a second down.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Mike 51.
Check pass. 51's the mic.
So don't say nothing. 51. Hey, Mike's 51. I don't even know.
Now Ryan looking for Campbell downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the by the open week last week. That was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Chicago.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack down to the 25. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Let's go.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. Touchdown!
Don't give him nothing.
Cole Kmet His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
20.
Play action, Ryan. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Murray. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hey, Lobo, 50's the mic. Lobo. So we got man. Mike 50, Mike 50.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
66, bullet, ha, wahoo.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
24 is the mic.
Off play action, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. A give. This is Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Come on, D.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Check hot route. Hot, hot.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, they picked up the first down. But I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
51's Mike. Mike's 51.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
25. Mike 58 right there. Watch the run, watch the run.
Ryan finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
The mic, boys, 51. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On 1st down, Ryan. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Tight end right. 3 down, 3 down.
Fields now to throw.
3 down, 3 down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Pick six, baby.
And
Let's
a
get this.
potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready, 280, 280. Mike 58, right there. Hey, 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 hey. Ready to go.
Again, it's Taylor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You're not going to get me? 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Ready to go.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Check pass.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Hey, check.
5'4". Got it.
All day. I'm here all day.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Mike's 50.
Space.
Mike's 54. Know your job.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Tuesday.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7.
58's Mike, 58's Mike.
Here we go.
Check 3.
Here's Ryan to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Here's Ryan going to fire this out wide. Touchdown, Colts! Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare him
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. He's going to air one out, and he fires one that's intercepted.
I'm the best in the game.
Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Hey.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
After the interception, here's Ryan. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Schaefer. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Play action. It's Ryan. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Your trip is here, baby.
Hey, 59, ready?
They run once more with Taylor. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
11.
51's a mic. 51's a mic.
They go play action with Ryan. He'll buy some time right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Play action. It's Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 38. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Right here, guys.
On first down, Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Mike, boys. 51.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Hatchet. Hatchet.
51. Hey, Sub.
Motion, 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 motion. Motion, motion. Let's go, Mike.
They go play action now. Ryan
Drop deep, drop deep.
dancing to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are right back in this football game. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, get me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Here we go. Henry.
Mike 50.
Crunch time, defense.
Hey, no, look, we got
On play action, Fields.
Let's go right here now.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Double tight, guys.
Hey, hey, hey. You got time.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight right.
Alert, alert. 3 yards.
From the gun, here's Fields. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it. And that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Here's Ryan. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Come on. You better.
Here's Ryan. Flush to his right. The 20. 10.
Camera.
Touchdown.
Showtime, baby.
Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 12 on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked
Bring
up by Kenny
spring.
Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
To throw for it is Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Yeah. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers